If you're thinking of moving to Irvine, there's a good chance that when you're looking into what it's like living here, you're going to find all of the best reasons to live here. And it's a good thing because there's so many great parts about Irvine. But as someone who lives here, there's also things that aren't so great that you'd want to know before living here. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the top 5 reasons why you might want to think before you move to Irvine. But first, I am a realtor here in Irvine. So if after all this, you're still wanting to move here, make sure you reach out to me. All my information will be in the description below, but I'll also put my number right here. That way you can easily give me a quick text or a call. But now we'll get back into the video. And number 1 is a slow-paced lifestyle. And like I said, normally all you see is great parts about Irvine, so we're really going to get into the nitty-gritty of things that aren't great. If you want hustle and bustle and things to do and kind of, nightlife and be able to go out on the weekends and have 1,000 things to do, Irvine's really not going to have that. You have the Irvine Business District, and that's a little bit more hustle bustle. But if you want to have, 1,000 things to do, great restaurants, all the things, you're going to have to go to the neighboring cities. You're going to have to go to Newport. You're going to have to go to Costa Mesa. You're going to have to go to Huntington Beach, Laguna, places like that that have a little bit more things to do. Now, Great Park is kind of starting to change that, but it's definitely not to the point where a lot of the other cities in Orange County have in regards to having that 1,000 things to do. It's definitely a slow-paced lifestyle here. Number 2 is extremely family-oriented. Now, I know it sounds like a good thing, and it is if you're looking for that. But if you're someone who doesn't want to have, again, that slow-paced and family lifestyle where everywhere you go is schools and everything is about what school district you're in, and you are maybe younger, a lot of the people who are younger living here, they're not as much of a fan of the culture because it is so family style. The major demographics are going to be people under the age of 18 and over the age of 40 to 45. So you're going to have that range where, people in their mid to late 20s, early 30s, there's going to be a lot less people like yourself and have that same kind of style of life. So if you're looking for something that kind of fits you and like the culture that you're around, if you're in those age ranges, then Irvine might not be the best fit for you. And number 3 is it can feel quite cookie cutter. Now, if you looked into Irvine at all, and if you looked at photos or driven through, you would already know this. But I always like to point that out because if you're someone who likes more of a creative style, it's really not going to be the place. There's a couple communities in Irvine that do have more unique homes that don't all look the same, but those communities are insanely expensive. And if you're not in the tax bracket with those people, then you're probably going to end up in more of a cookie cutter style tract or something of that nature. So if that's not what you're looking for, then this probably isn't the place for you. Number 4, traffic is not fun. Irvine is definitely a very big city, but on top of that, if you're leaving during rush hour to get from the northwest to the southeast, Irvine, it can take you an hour. Where if there's no traffic, it could take you 30. So if you're someone who doesn't want to deal with traffic on a day-to-day basis, probably don't live in California at all unless you're in, Bakersfield or somewhere out there. But traffic is not fun. What normally is a 30-minute drive can turn into an hour. What normally is a 10-minute drive can turn into 30. So you just have to plan for that throughout your day. There's obviously busier times in traffic and not so busy times, but in most cases, you can't work around it. So if traffic is a huge turnoff for you, then again, Irvine still is not going to be the best place for you. And number 5 is it is expensive. Now, obviously, it's Orange County. So Orange County is one of the most expensive counties in the entire nation. But Irvine is an expensive city within Orange County. So that, I would say, is going to be the biggest part for a lot of people. The cost to live here is absolutely insane. To live here comfortably, there's probably a real number. I'll put it up to here. I don't know it off the top of my head. But if you're not making, over 6 figures a year, it's going to be very difficult to live here if you're supporting just yourself. So, if you're with a family, it's going to be really hard to live here. And, food is expensive, gas is expensive, housing is expensive, everything's expensive. So if right now you're balling on a little bit of a budget, I definitely wouldn't recommend getting here just now. But that's really the top 5 reasons why. If any of those are a deal breaker for you, then I don't think Irvine is the place for you. However, Irvine is a fantastic place. It's consistently ranked as one of the best places to live in the entire nation. So like I said, with all of those in mind, it's definitely worth it. Again, I live here. I absolutely love it. I wouldn't really live anywhere else right now in this stage of my life. So I couldn't recommend it anymore. But there are definitely things to keep in mind. And again, if any of those are deal breakers, then it's just not going to be the city for you. If you are considering moving to Irvine, however, I do release videos all the time of different listings within Irvine. So if there's a specific area that you want to learn more about the real estate inventory, just shoot me a DM and say market inventory, or text rather. And then I can shoot you some of the videos in person of those properties. That way you can get a better feel for it. But again, that was the top 5 reasons why Irvine might not be the place for you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe every single Sunday because I release videos just like this. So make sure you don't miss out on that. But as always, thank you so much for tuning into this week's video. Can't wait to see you in the next one. Talk soon. Bye.